Involuntary. Done contrary to or without choice. Involuntary.
Immigrant.
Done contrary
Definition
to
1.
or without choice.
A person who immigrates.
Involuntary.
Immigrant.
Done contrary
Definition 1.
to or without choice.
Person who comes
Done contrary to or without choice. Done contrary to or without choice. Done contrary to or without choice.
Definition 1. Immigrant. Definition 1. Unknown. Person who established plant or unknown.
Finger.
Unknown. Established where was previously unknown.
Involuntary. Done contrary to or without choice.
Immigrant. Definition 1. A person who immigrates. Definition 2. A plant or animal that becomes established where it was previously unknown.
Very great artist friend to the party, to the podcast. Made this quote: eat like you love yourself. Move like you love yourself. Speak like you love yourself, and act like you love yourself. With that being said, this is Mango the GOAT. You're tuned into the IIP. IIP stands for Involuntary Immigrants Podcast. I'm back. Yay. Listen, I've been gone for a while. Hey man, I really fucking missed y'all. Y'all, like I say, y'all my love, y'all my therapy session. And I really missed y'all. And I've been waiting to come back. Like I just had fucking ammunition in the tank, but I said I wanted to come back. I didn't want to be the same. I always want to elevate. And it's not like I had nothing to talk about, but you know my quote, like if you don't have nothing to say, shut the fuck up. I had plenty to say. I just chose to shut the fuck up because in the moment I'm on narcotics and I'm on shit. You know what I mean? So I kind of just stayed back, but I just kind of been like, loading up that motherfucker to crank that bitch back like Soldier Boy, But, season 3, we're on that shit now. I do my seasons different. Like most people do one season a year, blah, blah, blah. I do the fuck I want. I have no daddy. So anyway, current event shit. We had this white supremacist shoot up some store this weekend. I state the obvious, I don't fuck with that. I think he's a coward bitch motherfucker because I would respect him more if he went and did that shit in O Block. Go shoot up Compton. Go to Compton with that energy. Go to O Block with that energy. Go to Jacksonville with that energy. Go to Narlands with that energy. But nah. He go to a supermarket where fucking elderly women and older people and kids go. And he shoots it up with an assault rifle. He's a bitch nigga. If you support him for whatever agenda, that tells you a lot about your bitch ass self. I don't like black on black crimes, but I respect that more than this. So that's my opinion on that. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because, as you know, I'm a philosopher, not an activist. And the biggest issue I see, even bigger than that stupid punk motherfucker, the biggest issue I see is all of these factions that have been getting their attention for the last 8 whatever years, right? All of these factions. You got BLM, Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, NRA, the Rainbow Coalition, the fucking We Shall Overcomers and Never Doers. And all of these motherfuckers that capitalize on black bodies, right? This is the time where you think, okay, stand on what you talking about, homie. Stand on that shit. And these motherfuckers should be coming together because here's what you got. For all of my Black Lives Matter people, what's self-evidence? Niggas got killed, right? So, okay, Black Lives Matter should be there, right? You know who should be standing right next to them? Blue Lives Matter. Because the dude who was killed, the security guard, guess what? He's a retired cop. So Blue Lives Matter. Where the fuck you at? The only person that was under the age of 50-something was a woman. I can't tell if she's Guada Guada, if she's a white lady. If she's Guada Guada, then we should have like Latino Lives Matter or whatever. And lo and behold, let it be she's a lesbian. The LGBT should be there also. But if she's a white woman, then the Klan should even be there saying this shit is wrong. Listen, we ain't talking no right or left politics shit. It's right and it's wrong. And this shit was wrong. That 18-year-old motherfucker was a coward. We're going to get back on him later. But to get back to the factions, the NRA, the National Rifle Association, right? They should be there marching for justice on this one. Because if New York didn't have the crazy ass gun laws that they did, you probably have more people in that supermarket with guns that probably would have blew this bitch nigga cap off, right? But no. So the NRA should have a dog in this fight. They should be protesting against this white supremacist, right? Who else we missing? Oh yeah, Al Sharptons and all of them. These 77-year-old women, I know they Christians, so they should be there. And they shouldn't be bumping heads with each other. This should be the time that these motherfuckers get along. Especially if that 32-year-old was a white woman, the Klan should be there because you love preserving white lives, right? That's a white lily woman. If she's white, well, you should be there protesting that this white devil done killed all of these people. But instead, it's kind of silent. And what's happening is the media is running with it, and they're making it a left versus right. The left is saying, well, this kid, he believed in this right radical. No, fuck the right, fuck the left, fuck all y'all. Because there's victims here of elderly, defenseless people. This ain't no left or right issue. This is a right and a wrong issue, and ain't no right about it. So this motherfucker here, it's in my opinion that he's a terrorist. I know a lot of times people say domestic and foreign. No, fuck that. Terrorist is terrorist, right? He's a fucking terrorist. Osama didn't get the luxury of going to jail and this and that. Matter of fact, the dude, the fucking jug who they choked, put their knee in his neck and killed, Lloyd, whatever, he didn't get the luxury. That motherfucker died over a $20 counterfeit bill. But this motherfucker here makes it to fucking jail, just like the boy in South Carolina make it to jail. Like, no. So, Mango was sitting here in 2022, right? And I have a solution. Because I don't fuck with none of that active shooter shit. I don't fuck with shooting up innocent people. I'm totally against. I don't believe in that shit, right? And like, I understand that gangsters kill gangsters and this and that, but it's a certain code to shit, right? Like, if you a gangster, you're not shooting up the hardworking man. That's fucking wrong. Like, that shit is wrong. Like, if you're gonna be a thug, go thug somewhere else, and all the thugs would die together, right? But this is a motherfucker who he's a predator on defenseless prey. And my solution, it ain't even about punishing him anymore. It's about setting an example. It's about setting an example. And it's my personal opinion. I believe this motherfucker needs to be hung on the PBS network right before Sesame Street so the whole world can see, so the kids can see. Make Elmo commentate it. And it just have this motherfucker just, before he get hung, a crowd of people, whoever want to show up, go egg him and throw cabbages and shit at him, and then strip him naked and hang the fuck out of him. Almost like a lynching, an American lynching of a terrorist. That's what I think the government should enforce on him. And I think it needs to be on public network where he's shamed, mutilated, and murdered. My question is, in the history books, it was good enough for the nigga for doing less. Do it to this little fucking piece of shit white boy. You know? I also believe, like with a lot of these crimes, man, like a lot of these fucking motherfuckers shooting up elementary schools and shit. And fuck all that life in prison and shit. Hang these motherfuckers on PBS. That's a great lesson to teach the children. You do some bullshit like this, death. Hang these motherfuckers, right? You rape somebody, hang them by the dick. Fuck it. I believe it. So yeah, I think they should do a public hanging of this motherfucker on PBS right before Sesame Street. Air it to the schools, whatever. Like y'all say, oh, that's so gruesome for kid. Man, listen, your 5-year-old play GTA, bitch. Clearly, the way that motherfucker was shooting in the store, he been playing gun games for a long time. That motherfucker's aim was impeccable. He could have been the best fucking U.S. sniper ever. His fucking aim was ridiculous. He didn't seem to miss. So with that being said, I think his parents need to go there with him. Now, I don't wish no death on those people. But if we really setting an example, you want to put an end to all of these shits, hang all the motherfuckers, man. Hang them. So the next motherfucker that get a bright idea, some incel shit that, hey, yeah, look at me. I'm crazy. I'm going to go shoot up all these people just because maybe his dick bigger than mine. I'm going to go shoot up everybody. Oh, she didn't give me no pussy. I'm going to go kill everybody. The next motherfucker get that thought and he go to pull that shit off. Right before he go, he going to say, man, you remember that motherfucker that shot up that black store? I remember they hung that motherfucker publicly butt naked and cabbaged him to death. And I don't want to die like that. See, the problem with these active shooters right now is they get praised. They don't get no attention. They be some square motherfuckers, man, some lame motherfuckers. And nobody gives a fuck about them. Like they're not special as they were told in their adolescence. And then they grow up realizing they just normal people and nobody gives a shit about them. And then they become an adult and they want that attention that they feel like is entitled to them. These entitled fucks. And then what happens is, right, they hit the real world and they can't take the reality. So everybody gotta die. But they don't harm the people that fucked with them. They don't do that shit. They go shoot random people. It's not because they're mad at random people. It's because they want fucking attention. I would give their ass all the attention they want. I will fucking publicly hang them butt ass naked on PBS and egg them and throw cabbage, tomatoes, and shit. You can get a ticket and that'll go towards the economy. All the tickets you buy to come egg this piece of shit motherfucker goes to homelessness or goes to educational books for the children while they get to watch this shit on PBS every fucking day right before they hang them. I mean, hey, some of y'all are going to say that's gruesome. But hey, a lot of y'all grandfathers went to the lynching of niggas where they hung them. So it is what it is. Glad to be back, everybody. I like to say one more thing before I dip. I know with my show, I have one of the hardest platforms to push, harder than any other, I think, podcast. Because every other podcast, they can generally speak to the world. They can generally speak to whatever. They could generally speak their fucking language, whatever the fuck it may be. I only speak to the nigga. I only speak to the American Negro, not the United States of American Negro. I mean, the people affected by the transatlantic slavery, the involuntary immigrant descendants. That's all my shit's for. Everybody else, you can come listen. I don't give a fuck. I don't hold no secret. You know, I die for what I talk about. But I do have the hardest platform. And a lot of people, when they get wind of my platform, they think it's like it's an impossible cause. And I see the faces. I hear the grunts and the moans and shit when I explain my platform. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck. What I want from you listening to me is, it's third season. Help me prove to these motherfuckers that it's not a pointless thing to show that our mind as Negroes do open up. We're not just robotic in thinking. Our minds don't belong to something else. Your mind belongs to you. It's whether you use it or not that makes the difference. And a lot of times listening to me, you're exercising that free will. And I want to say thank you and shout out to you and help me keep pushing this fight to express ourselves and free our mind and just keep digging deeper with this philosophy, with this movement, with this love. Stay safe out there. These white supremacists crazy. And I hope you hear from me again. And I hope to speak to you again. Blessings.
Involuntary. Done contrary to or without choice. Immigrant. Definition 1. A person who immigrates. Definition 2. A plant or animal that becomes established where it was previously unknown.